2 days we are under very severe attack of Russians. Yesterday, on the confirmed figures, we have 84 Russian missiles and 43 were downed by Ukrainian anti-missiles forces. And today, again, dozens of Russian missiles go to the civilian object of Ukraine, including 10 in Kyiv, 12 in Zaporizhzhia, and they was launched from the Caspian Sea, from Belarusian territory, and from ground forces of Russia. And it is extremely important that only yesterday, 23 Ukrainians were killed, all civilian, no single soldier, and more than 100 were wounded. And this just happening in the center of Kyiv, where I am now. And we yesterday just were absolutely confirmed that Putin hopes to make Ukrainian afraid is absolutely collapsed. Ukraine start be more united, and Ukraine just prove that Ukrainian nation are unbreakable. And it's just a fact that under the 7.5 months of the war, Putin do not understand that Ukrainians are the most unbreakable nation. And today, 18 cruise missiles and 8 kamikaze drones were down by Ukrainian forces. And with that situation, this is an interesting figures Forbes published, that the total amount of money which cost Russian missiles just for one day yesterday cost more than $700 million. But at the same time, Russia received from energy export more than 900 million a day. That's why all the money from the Western payer for the energy Putin spent on the bomb and missiles against Ukrainian. Putin fighting not against Ukraine. Putin fighting not against Ukrainian armed forces. Putin fighting against Ukrainian women, Ukrainian children. But at the end of the day, against the whole democratic world, against freedom, against democracy. And last day is just make a provement that Putin is weak, Putin is in panic, and those who call for the compromise with Putin based on the Ukrainian capitulation make a great mistake. Ukraine is fighting for our own, for all European freedom and democracy.
What would you say the public mood is at the moment? Because this is the first time that this is a new wave of attacks, isn't it? And I wonder if as winter starts to approach, that there is a sort of sense of gloom and doom setting in amongst the general population.
Definitely not what Putin expects. Just we have our volunteers fund, and there is several very big volunteers fund. Can you imagine that the number of money number of money against Putin people sent to this volunteer fund increased to 20 times. And this is the right answer of Ukrainian people. We are decisive, we are unbreakable, we are not be afraid of Putin, and Putin. Please do not expect that Putin break Ukrainian ability to protect our own land. Ukrainians are ready to fight, and this fight will be until our victory, together with the assistance of our partners and alliance. And with that situation, I want to especially thank the British people, the British Parliament, bipartisan, the British government, and British Prime Minister, because I just returned from the conference in Birmingham of the Conservative Party, have some meeting with the Labour Party representative, and I'm very much impressed with the leadership of Britain in the global world. And today, it is extremely important that Prime Minister Liz Truss initiated the special urgent online conference of NATO, what would be the act of NATO member states followed by the Russian missile attack. And we definitely expect that this is the time to act not to speak. And this is definitely, we expect that Ukraine will receive the new anti-missile and anti-aircraft weapons. And these weapons can help us to protect Ukrainian sky. And the second important events within maybe half an hour or even 20 minutes in Brussels, they will launch the special G7 meeting where we have negotiation again how to support Ukraine, but that would be not supporting Ukraine. This is investment in the security of the whole Europe, of the whole NATO member states, of the whole world. And tomorrow, we have a Ramstein meeting in Brussels where participating our Minister of Defense, and that should be a real anti-Putin coalition with the real acting, supplying the more weapons, supplying the new technology, supplying more assistance, and demonstrate that Putin simply do not have any tiny chance to win the free democratic world.
You're talking about support. I wonder what is the public support for President Zelensky at the moment? Do you think that he still has the backing of the full Ukrainian population?
I am not the leader of opposition, and Zelensky is not the president. All of us are soldiers, and we are united to stop Russian aggression. And this unity of all Ukrainians, surprised Putin. This is definitely not what he expected. And the unity of the whole world, together with the Britain, US, and other member states, is also the factor for our victory. But the most important thing that the Ukrainian people support the armed forces of Ukraine, who is a real hero, who is the real diplomat, and who definitely bring the victory. And I'm proud that since the year 2014, we create the new Ukrainian armed forces, which now demonstrate their efficiency. And now all of us united around Ukrainian armed forces, including the President Zelensky. A compromise with Putin. Why it's impossible? Because Putin want to kill all of us. That's why he come here. He want to erase Ukraine from the world map. And we simply want to live. We simply want to believe and protect our nation and our country. And this is just the purpose of Putin is demonstrating the story of yesterday child, mother of whom just leave them in the kindergarten and go because she was a doctor in the oncology clinic in Ahmadiyyat hospital. And yesterday she was killed by Russian missiles, and the child lived orphan. And this is how we understand the Putin action, the Putin cries, and the Putin-style compromise in Ukraine. With that situation, the only way how to stop the war, is to supply more weapons to Ukraine, because this is bring peace faster, to give us the full membership in NATO, same like European Union give us the status of candidate in EU, the supply more and create the new Marshall Plan for Ukraine, and introduce the new sanction and new embargo, which can limit Putin to finance that. And the more active, the more professional we will do that, the faster would be peace.